Hello, beautiful humans. We are in the kitchen. Whatever kind of accent that is. We're meal prepping for the doggos. I got my sous chef pepperoni here. He is actually a masterclass world chef. You got chef? He's just staring at me. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Oh god. Anyway, so we're gonna meal prep some veggies. It's not really meal prepping. I just need to cut the veggies before they go bad because I'm not gonna cook them all this week. So I buy them when they're on sale, cut them up, freeze them, and use them when I please. Because I am not paying full price for anything. Especially when it can be cheaper. So this is just kind of like the veggie prep for my dogs. And then I got some celery that I'm gonna cut up and freeze. Some of it's bad, so I'm gonna cut it up and freeze it before the rest of it goes bad because I plan on making some chicken soup this week. Well, I should probably make it tomorrow or the next day, and the next day, and the next day. I'm just kidding. But I do want to make some chicken soup, and I'll show you guys. I think I've done chicken soup. I don't know. We'll make it again. Who gives a shit? I'll make the chicken soup again and do a video about that. It's really nice because the dogs eat a lot of chicken, and because of that, I get to use the chicken for really nice hearty chicken stock for myself. Ooh, it's cold. There's a vent right above me. It's really fucking cold. Anyway, happy Halloween month. Are we excited? I am. I don't know what I'm doing for Halloween, but I think maybe I'll just sit out front. I handed out candy yesterday. Not yesterday, what the hell? Last year. And it was fun. But because I have the dogs and I wanted to be around them during the handing out of candy, I literally sat by the door. Anytime someone knocked or rang the doorbell, I'd just open it up and like put my hand out and give them the candy. So it was fun, but could have been funner. Could have been more fun. So I think maybe this year I might have candy, but I'm thinking maybe I will just get pizzas. And if you come on by, you can get yourself a slice of pizza. Little Caesars or something, I don't know. I do like Little Caesars pizza. I know some people don't, but I really like the sauce. The only thing that I don't like is whenever I get it well done, because I like my crust a little crusty, it's still soggy. Because I like extra sauce, and I know you guys, I don't know, go away, that hurt. He tried stretching and put his foot on my foot with his paws, and it hurted. Let me do this. Trust me, Mr. Chef. I can do this. Let me slice my hand off. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I like Little Caesars a lot. I like their sauce. And a lot of people say it's not that good. And I'm like, what are you talking about? But every time I get it well done with extra sauce. But it's always soggy. So I wish they would like pre-cook the crust and then put the sauce on for well done. So if you are Little Caesars and you're watching this, which I really doubt, but if you happen to be, maybe the algorithm hears Little Caesars and puts it on the social media manager of Little Caesars page. I don't fucking know. But I do like Little Caesars, and I think it'd be fun to get a whole bunch of pizzas. Like I'll have some candy, I guess. Like that's the fun of it, and hand out both. I think it would be very fun, and I have some decorations that I put up a few nights before Halloween. They're inflatables. They're really cute. As a kid, I always loved the inflatables, so I told myself, like, as an adult, I want the inflatables. So I got the inflatables last year as, like, a little gift to myself. And, yeah, now I got inflatables. I hope you guys are doing well, taking care of yourselves. My health is starting to get better. Slowly but surely. So we're making more videos. Also, I love TikTok because fuck TikTok. Piece of shit people are on there is all I can say. I've never had a worse audience than on TikTok, especially when I've been at my sickest and like I needed the most support. People were like god awful to me. So they don't deserve any of my content. They can go to fucking hell. Yeah. So I'm gonna focus on my YouTube and building that. Anytime I start pages anywhere on social media, they end up going blasting off. So I'm sure this page will build up here in a month or two. So I want to say thank you to those who have stuck with me for, I don't know how long I've had this channel. I've just been bopping around and doing some random shit here and there, so I can't say I know exactly what I'll be bringing you every day, but that's the excitement. Digging in my butt one day, pooping in your yard the next. You never know. The next day I'm in your vents hiding cheese. Okay? That's only for the mean people. So you gotta be fucking nice. Anyway, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. Hydrating, eating, taking care of yourselves. Okay? Loving yourself. Spaghetti! Stop it. She's got a really itchy paw. I know she can't help but itch it, but I can't let her just itch it either. Otherwise she'll itch it raw. It's raw, as Gordon Ramsay says. Damn, my hands are cramping a little bit. Oh. Just an FYI, I have really bad rheumatoid arthritis, so if you're wondering why I'm cutting funky, that's why. I think I'm doing much better. My joints are doing a little better. So cutting things is a lot easier lately. Especially this squash. It does hurt my shoulder a wee bit, but it's okay. Not too bad. Wee. But yeah, I like to cut these up and freeze them. It's cheaper than like veggie mixes, and I get to choose my veggies. So I'll do a video of like how I prep my dog's meals. They eat different meals on a daily, but it's like a rotation that I've created. And I know a lot of us, we love our furry friends. I know I do. If it weren't for my pepperonis, I don't think I'd even be alive. So it's important for me to take care of their health. They were having some bad health issues maybe 2 years ago. And they were on dog food, and I was buying like the top line dog food, spending like $300 a month on food. And their health was just getting worse. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? And it was all of them. So I knew it wasn't just like, you know, one pup reacting poorly. It was all of them. So I'm like, okay, something's got to change. So diet it is. And they've been healthy as fuck ever since. Things have been getting super, super better. Spudgy's foot is a little itchy because I did give her chicken last week, and I really think she's allergic to chicken at this point. So the little dogs get different meals than the big dogs because she's sensitive to itchiness. I really watch how much rice she gets, and chicken she doesn't really get much unless like bills are a little tight. Then I just feed her chicken if she's willing to eat it. Most times she's not. She will just dip out. She'll leave. She won't even sniff it. So, but like I said, I like to do this because I can buy these veggies really affordably, really cheap, whatever the word is. I don't like using the word cheap, but I can buy them on a more, okay Google, volume down to 4. Okay, cool. Don't hate me for the Christmas music, okay? It helps me get in the Halloween spirit. I know that's backwards, but it does, okay? Anyway, I do get my food for the dogs from 2 places. And like I said, like I'll show you guys how I actually meal prep for them one of these days when I have the energy and time to like walk you guys through all the processes. It's nothing too crazy. I think a lot of us are really intimidated by it. I know I was, because, you know, we don't want to mess up our dog's health. But for me, I use the guidance of my vet, and this is a vet-approved diet. So the next step would be getting a nutritionist involved, and I'm kind of waiting for money for that. So that's when I'll feel comfortable about sharing, like, the very details of it. Because right now, I am doing tons of research, and, you know, I pay attention to them very well. If they're, you know, feeling sick after a certain meal, like sometimes Shredder, when he has too much fiber, like from veggies, like 30 minutes after he eats, he starts growling, and it was very weird. I couldn't understand what was going on for a second. And I was like, you know what? It seems like every time after dinner, when he has sweet potato and like another veggie like broccoli, he's growling like 30 minutes after, and that's kind of like that digestion time frame marker in a way. Like, you know, when things are like starting to digest. So I'm like, let me mess around with this and see what it is. So I did start with the veggies because that just made sense to me. You know, I've been through that where there's just too much fiber and it gets your tummy a little rumbly in the bad way. So things like that I pay attention to really closely because I am with my dogs like 24/7, which I love. It's the whole point of why I do what I do, because I love that. But I would love to help you guys be able to feed your pets. Now, this is only for dogs. I don't know anything about cats. But I would love to help you feed your doggos really affordable, healthy meals. I get my most of my stuff from the local carniceria. Now, I live in a very Hispanic-dominated area, so we have carnicerias here. Now, I don't know like what Russian markets are like and stuff like that, but I'd be willing to bet there's other places that you can get more affordable produce and stuff from, and I would check there. You know, a lot of people think that Fry's or like your local supermarket is like the best bet, or even Costco. The carniceria that I go to, well, I don't go there. I get them delivered because I can't really, not very mobile yet, but the food that I get delivered from the carniceria, very, very affordable. Like this broccoli is like 99 cents a pound. So on sale, usually it's like maybe 79 cents a pound. So I try to grab it when it's on sale. I don't always grab the broccoli when it's on sale because that's like a staple for the dogs. It's really good for them, and it has lots of nutrients. I use specific vegetables for the nutrients aspect of it. I'm not just like throwing a blind dart into the dark, whatever the fucking term is, I don't know. I'm not just, you know, randomly throwing darts at a dartboard with food on it, like guessing what vegetables work. I look up what dogs need, what kind of vegetables have this and that, and how much the ratio is that they need for fiber versus protein versus this. Their protein, I do get it from Restaurant Depot because it's like $1 per pound for chicken. And then salmon, any like beef products I get from the carniceria, and I also get the liver and chicken gizzards, chicken feet, beef heart, all those things from the carniceria as well. Just because they have all those extra options, you know. Also, I'm not afraid to give them the stems of broccoli. They're just as nutritious. You just have to cut them a little smaller. That's not going to work for me. You're going to have to cut them a little smaller so they cook evenly with stuff. This shoulder is still pretty bad, so kind of got to make do with both hands sometimes. Oops. I don't know where that one. You can grab it if you want. Beef is here. Manager, as my student calls it. But I really like teaching people things and sharing knowledge because I love learning and I love giving that knowledge to people where it feels intimidating to learn, and because I've been bedbound for the last, going on 3 years, even though things are getting better, nah. Even though things are getting better, I still have nothing much to do but read and content create. So I read a lot. I love reading. I've always been a reader. And I know not everyone is, and I don't judge people for that. I don't care, But because I like to read, it means I can give knowledge away, and I know people like to watch content, so I can give the info that I have learned over to the people who like to watch my content. So if you want to be able to cook for your dogs eventually, stay tuned, and I'll have videos up here maybe this year on like the exact meals that I do for them, and that way you guys can also feed your puppies good foods. It's not as complicated as people think. It really is super, super easy. Got a good head of cauliflower. No. But don't forget also, guys, I'm doing movie nights on Discord every night. So if you want to join, feel free to join my Discord. You can find my Discord in the link in my link. What? No, the link in my Linktree. You can find my Discord. Anyone's allowed in as long as you're nice and respectful. I don't talk to people one-on-one on there. It's not an opportunity for you to try to talk to me. I know that sounds a little harsh, but a lot of people think, oh, this is where I can chat with her, blah, blah. I'm not into chatting. I don't hold conversations very well with people. I also don't care to. I like to be alone for a reason. So don't take it personally, please. It's nothing against you. I just like to be alone. I like to do my thing, and I like to not talk to people. I don't know. I don't like small talk. It's pointless and stupid. I don't understand the point. Like, people are like, where are you from? Why do you want to know this information from me? Like, what the? And they're like, oh, it's just small talk. But ask something else. Out of all the questions of small talk, why are you asking that one? And it feels like they're trying to know where I live or something. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here, you weirdo. And then I'm the weirdo because that's not what they intended. And I'm like, yeah, well, sure as hell seem like it because you're being fucking weird. Why would you ask that? I don't care where you live. I don't care where you're from. And it's not that I don't care about you. It's just that I don't care where you're from. And I want to talk about more in-depth things. So if that's more your vibe, feel free to join my Discord. You don't have to if you don't want to, obviously. But I'm still new to Discord too, so like I know people do activities and stuff. Ours is very mellow. We just chit chat here and there, and it's really because people meet each other through my streams, and I want you guys to be able to have a place where you can talk to each other. You don't have to follow each other on socials and stuff like that, but you can use the Discord to talk with the homies that you met in my stream and stuff, So happy to open that up for y'all. So 'tis open. Feel free to check that out. I don't really know what movie is tonight. I just kind of wing it every day what kind of movie I put on, and I don't really put it on for me because I don't really have the attention span to watch movies. Also, I just don't like a lot of the movies. Like the second night we played American Psycho. I've never seen that. I grew up Mormon, so like most of these Halloween type movies, like I've never seen. Like I've never seen Freddy Krueger. I've never seen like the Freddie Myers, what is it? The Mike Myers or whatever the hell. I've never seen those movies. And what is it? There's some other movie that Halloween or something, or is that the same thing with the Michael Myers dude? I don't know. I've never seen these fucking movies. I've seen Jeepers Creepers, and that really scared me because I don't like the way he jumps. It scared the shit out of me. I was like, oh, I'm not watching this shit anymore. And as a kid, I really understood like how movie and media is meant to make you feel like anxious and stuff like that to capture your attention. And I was going through a lot as a kid. I didn't want extra anxiety and stuff like that in my life. Like, what the fuck, So I just didn't like to watch them, and I still don't. And even though I'm not Mormon, and obviously it wasn't allowed in our house, but like my dad, he's a Jack Mormon is what they call it, which is like a non-practicing Mormon. But my grandparents were Mormon, and they practically raised me when I was not in I was in foster care still when they were raising me too, but they raised me off and on. I opted out not to be with my father because of how volatile that household was. So I don't like watching these movies, and especially the American Psycho one. I watched it, and like in the first like 10 minutes, he was so mean to this homeless guy, and it just like hurt my feelings. And then he kills a dog. I'm done. I'd rather watch Hocus Pocus and stuff like that, you know. So that's actually kind of what I'm gearing it towards this year. But we did watch Vivarium, or however you say it, last night. That one's a pretty good one. It's like a mind bender kind of one in a way. So, yeah, however you want to describe that. But I like to put it on in case, you know, we do have a few homeless people in our chat and stuff, and some of them don't have streaming services, and maybe they want to watch a good festive movie and tune in or something. I don't know, or maybe you just feel like watching a movie with the group. Go for it. So I turn it on for that reason. Feel free to join that. We will have more different videos. Like I said, I don't know what kind of videos. I just kind of wing it every day. I just kind of think of something that I need to do and that I can vlog while doing it. Especially right now because my joints aren't like 100% yet. So it's like, okay, I know I need to do this so I can vlog while doing this, which is what I will do. Ow! Hurt my elbow doing that. Sometimes just the smallest moves with rheumatoid arthritis is like excruciating. A lot of people don't understand that. And yeah. But drop your favorite Halloween movie in the comments if you want. Let me know. So give me ideas of movies I can play in the Discord. I would love that. So tell me your favorite Halloween movie. Drop it below. Drop it low, girl. No. Something like that. Drop it below, girl. Ugh. Oh, no, sorry. Even Beef looked at me like, what the fuck is that? Don't ever say that again. But, like I said, in my previous videos, all I be doing is just focusing on healing. It's really just like experimenting with foods and what foods are helping me and not helping me, etc. And trying to figure out my diet so that I can help myself and get back to walking and be in full remission. So, which I look forward to. Also celebrating my birthday this month. Super excited. Because the weather is nice. So nice. If you want to donate to my GoFundMe, check it out. It's to help me get into remission. So if you want to help your girl get into remission, check out my GoFundMe. And I also have a painting for sale. I would love if someone bought it so I can make some more art. But if not, you guys just supporting me here with a like, subscribe, and share. Ooh, look at me. I'm a YouTuber. I usually don't care if you guys subscribe or anything, but if you want to, you can. If you want to see the random shit that I be doing, feel free to subscribe. I think for now we'll be focusing on health stuff and how the body works with foods and things, nutrition, and things I've been figuring out with my body. Now, what I want to say with that is I always do the untraditional route because traditional never works for me. So if that bothers you, if you're going to come in and be like, actually, well, no, this, because studies say this, I actually don't give a shit what studies say because I've studied my body enough to know what's true and what's not, you know? Like, I'll even go on a limb and say that a lot of illnesses are caused by microbial and fungal imbalances, which can be passed on genetically from mother to child, father to mother, in utero, etc., etc. So I think most of our illnesses and symptoms are as a result of gut issues, liver not being able to detox properly, and stuff like that. We'll get into that later, but I'm just telling you how I approach things non-traditionally. So if you're into that, and if you're into like new findings, and I know it's gonna sound weird at first, but I'm always okay with saying the weird shit out loud, even if it's not the popular thing, because I always end up being right. That's because I use my fucking brain, and I enjoy researching, and it's not just reading, it's using my own body as like a test subject. Now, does that mean it's going to correlate to everybody's body? No, but the findings can be like a baseline for people and stuff, and I'm smart, I can figure shit out. So that's what I'm doing. So if you like that shit, stay tuned. We'll talk about dog diet, dog health, and stuff like that. And from there, once I get better, we'll start roaming around and finding good places to eat and doing fun things and yada yada yada. This is a very full bag. Is there going to be enough space? I don't know. I should have like mixed it up in a bowl first. I'll do that later. Once I'm off camera, I'll find a bowl and clean it before I freeze them. But this will hold it for now. Oh. I appreciate those who already follow me and already support my crazy shenanigans. It's actually quite frustrating doing what I do, I'm not going to lie, because people don't really support what I say because it's not mainstream, which is so fucking annoying that people are really like sheep like that. But I've grown up my whole life being the outcast, the black sheep, you know, of my family, of everywhere, friendships and stuff like that. And so I'm pretty used to it at this point, and I forget that most people aren't like that, you know. But that's kind of my superpower in a way, where it's like, okay, well, I figure shit out in a different way and come to different conclusions that end up being right because I dare to be different. Kind of corny, but it's true. Oh, I look hella pale. I don't know if it's just lighting. I have my overhead lights on. I'm just kidding. I never have the overhead lights on though. But it's evening time and we're losing daylight. I need to sit. Give me a second. I'm standing on my right leg and it's bearing all the weight. Oof. So it does kind of hurt a bit when I stand there for too long on one leg. To be fair, it was like almost a half an hour standing on one leg. It's pretty good. That's pretty good. I gotta cut my celery. I got my scooter here, as you can tell. Damn, I look white as fuck. Like, I didn't realize I looked this pale. Like, I almost I almost match my hair. Hi, baby. I don't have anything for you, Bubba. You want to try that? Go ahead. Go ahead. He spotted the broccoli piece that I dropped earlier. You hear him crunch, crunch, crunch? Yeah, good boy. Yeah, what I can say with my dog's diet, you know, a lot of people, they keep it very simple, but it's not that simple to where it's like just meat, rice, and a veggie. Not that simple. You need to go a little more in depth with it. But here I am. I'm willing to help you. But what I can say with it, and it's the same thing for my own body, which is why we'll go into like teaching about holistic health with our own bodies, because this is stuff that I figured out once I'm in full remission. Like, I feel comfortable giving you guys the ins and outs of how I got there, you know? Because a lot of people can walk, right? But a lot of people have these pains and stuff that are excruciating that prevent them from working even if they can walk, you know? And I'm not here to discredit them. If you're in pain, you're in pain. I'm not going to tell you you're not and that you should work harder. Like, the fuck? Hey, can you move? Go on. But, you know, if I can get into remission from how severe my illness is, then I know someone who's not at this level of severity, I know this information will help them. And same thing for the dogs. So when I first moved in, like I said, we were on like really expensive food, and I had switched them to Hill Science after Rachel Ray because they ended up so my grandma, when I was younger, she was like, if they ever change the packaging, just know that that means they've changed the ingredients. And I was like, okay, good to know. Like, I don't know why I'll use this, but good to know. And so as an adult, I became very weary when, this is kind of bad, by the way. So we gotta strip away what's bad and use what's good, because I really want chicken soup this week. But I used that information, and one day I noticed that the dog food packaging had completely changed, and they're not obligated by law for dog food to tell you if they've changed ingredients. For human stuff, they are. For like food and stuff, I don't think for like cosmetic stuff they don't have to, but by law for human food, if anything, they have to tell you if they've changed the ingredients. And if it's more than just changing the packaging. And so when she said that, like, it rang in my ears when I was going through this Rachael Ray thing, because Rachael Ray had changed their packaging on their dog food, and that was like a really big red flag for me. And at that point, my dogs had eaten it, and they were all going into like some weird, like, they looked like they were dying. Like, Odin even like crawled underneath the couch and refused to come out. And I was scared. I was literally laying there with him, like, crying because I was scared he was going to die. Beef was barfing everywhere. Shredder was barfing and shitting everywhere. Spudgy was barfing and pissing and shitting and everywhere. And I was like, what is going on? And I actually thought it was normal for the little dogs to have little piss accidents inside, so I just cleaned it up and was like, whatever, because they were potty trained for potty pads. So I was like, you know what, maybe they're being territorial or something, But once we switched their diet, no accidents inside, no barfing, none of that. As a matter of fact, Spudgy had elevated liver enzymes, and by the time that had happened, she was pissing all the time inside. Like, I was so confused, because like I would take her out and she would pee inside even after I took her outside, and I'm like, what is that? And so she had elevated liver enzymes, and I was like, oh no, like, that doesn't sound good, So at that point, I moved them to a raw diet, just temporarily to detox them, essentially. And we were trying like the really expensive food, but it wasn't going well either. And so at that point, I decided, okay, we'll wean them with the dog food onto the normal food. And since I've done that, I have not seen any piss accidents, any vomit accidents. The only vomiting that I see is when Beef is really hungry, because sometimes he just gets really hungry. He's a big boy. And this is common with big dogs. So he has to have like a little midnight snacky, which is cute. But he will vomit bile up if he has like too much stomach acid coming up because he's hungry. So I have to give him a midnight snack. And since I've been doing that, it's been fixed. But since I've been feeding them this new diet, it's complete change around with their health. Like, I don't have to worry about really anything. I do need to give them another checkup this year, but like I said, the vet approved this diet. Their blood work looked amazing. Like, there was a complete turnaround. Like, the liver enzymes were down and everything when we went back to get Spudgy's blood work done. And I was like, oh, wow. And they were like, yeah, that's great, blah, blah. And I was like, well, I'm feeding them a new diet. Like, can you look over this and tell me, blah, blah. And they're like, yeah, it looks great. If you see any, like, negative signs, like bad signs, like, definitely let us know, blah, blah, And I haven't seen any bad things since. So for me, I feel good about, helping people get to that point, to keep their dogs healthy and stuff, because we love our dogs, right? And it can be really intimidating with dog food, and the vets always make it seem like it's like some secret code kind of thing to figure out holistic food diet, whatever, but it's really easy. It's really, really easy. So I'll give you guys like the easy way of doing it, the affordable way of doing it, and I'm on a hella budget, okay? They get pretty good food. And like so affordable. Like, I'm spending less than I was spending with the big dog food brands. I spend like maybe $240 a month, maybe $250 if I'm feeling a little generous and want to get like a little extra salmon for them or something like that. But considering, and that's $240 is already generous. Like, I'm I'm thinking like, I think I spend like maybe like $50 weekly, but 60 is like allowing room, and then we'll add like a little $10 on there in case like I want to get something for them, something extra. But their energy is so different. Their everything is so different. Their fur is so different. Everything, you know. So I just hope to help someone with this information who needs it. I'm not here to gatekeep it. I'm not here to sell you a course. I don't want to do that. It's too much effort. A. B. I don't care to do that. I want people to have this information for free, so that it can help you and your puppies. And when we get to the point of helping you guys get holistically healthy, then I want to help people get healthy holistically and through the easiest way possible. That's where it's like a superpower in a way for like ADHD, where it's like, okay, let's cut out all the bullshit because the attention span, yeah. And then from there, let's figure out what actually works and what's like the extra fluff that's not needed. So that's pretty much what I do with everything that I learn, is like, okay, what is the easiest way I can do this that is the most impactful? And so that's what I've done, and that's where I've seen huge progress with my dogs, with myself, and it's fantastic. So yeah, I'm gonna wash these, but this video is actually pretty long, so I'm gonna stop it here and let you guys mellow on all this jibber jabber. But I will have another video up tomorrow, and whatnot. So I hope you enjoyed this little random video of me cutting veggies for the dogs and chatting. Like I said, I don't know what we'll be talking about every day, but I hope you enjoy what I bring y'all. And I hope this information that I give you guys, even if it's crazy, even if it's woo-woo sounding, listen, if you don't feel comfortable implementing it in your life, you don't have to. I'm not holding a gun to your head and be like, do it. I don't care if you do it. I also don't care if you think I'm fucking wrong. But I'm going to tell you what I did to get these results, right? So do what you want. I'm not here to tell you how to live your life. Free world. Well, not all of it, sadly. Anyway, free Palestine. I'm gonna skip out. You guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks for just being here and watching. Like, subscribe, and share. And also don't forget to donate to my GoFundMe if you would like to support me getting into remission. I need a lot of help with that. So I hope you guys can help me with it. And if you can just support this video, that helps too. I don't get paid through YouTube yet. Maybe I will one day. Anyway, stay fucking amazing. Don't forget to hydrate and eat, okay? Tell yourself you're beautiful. Look in the mirror and say, I am beautiful. Smack your ass. Look at it jiggle a little bit. Even if they're pancakes. Cake is cake, okay? Thanks for yapping with me. Stay sexy, stay amazing, and I will see you guys later.